Genesis chapter 7. Then the Lord said to Noah, Go into the ark, you and all your household, for you alone in this generation have I found to be righteous before me. Of every clean animal take with you 7 pairs, a male and its mate. And of the unclean animals 1 pair, a male and its mate. Likewise of every bird of the air 7 pairs, a male and a female, to keep their progeny alive over all the earth. For 7 days from now I will bring rain down on the earth for 40 days and 40 nights, and so I will wipe out from the face of the earth every being that I have made. Noah complied, just as the Lord had commanded. The great flood. Noah was 600 years old when the flood came upon the earth, together with his sons, his wife, and his sons' wives. Noah went into the ark because of the waters of the flood, of the clean animals and the unclean, and of the birds, and of everything that crawls on the ground. 2 by 2, male and female, came to Noah into the ark, just as God had commanded him. When the 7 days were over, the waters of the flood came upon the earth in the 600th year of Noah's life, in the 2nd month, on the 17th day of the month. On that day, all the fountains of the great abyss burst forth, and the floodgates of the sky were opened. For 40 days and 40 nights heavy rain poured down on the earth. On the very same day, Noah and his sons, Shem, Ham, and Japheth, and Noah's wife, and the 3 wives of Noah's sons had entered the ark, together with every kind of wild animal, every kind of tame animal, every kind of crawling thing that crawls on the earth, and every kind of bird. Pairs of all creatures in which there was the breath of life came to Noah into the ark. Those that entered were male and female. Of all the creatures they came, as God had commanded Noah. Then the Lord shut him in. The flood continued upon the earth for 40 days. As the waters increased, they lifted the ark, so that it rose above the earth. The waters swelled and increased greatly on the earth, but the ark floated on the surface of the waters. Higher and higher on the earth the waters swelled, until all the highest mountains under the heavens were submerged. The waters swelled 15 cubits higher than the submerged mountains. All creatures that moved on earth perished, birds, tame animals, wild animals, and all that teemed on the earth, as well as all humankind. Everything on dry land with the breath of life in its nostrils died. The Lord wiped out every being on earth, human beings and animals, the crawling things and the birds of the air. All were wiped out from the earth. Only Noah and those with him in the ark were left. And when the waters had swelled on the earth for 150 days. Chapter 8. God remembered Noah and all the animals, wild and tame. They were with him in the ark. So God made a wind sweep over the earth, and the waters began to subside. The fountains of the abyss and the floodgates of the sky were closed, and the downpour from the sky was held back. Gradually the waters receded from the earth. At the end of 150 days, the waters had so diminished that in the 7th month, on the 17th day of the month, the ark came to rest on the mountains of Ararat. The waters continued to diminish until the 10th month, and on the 1st day of the 10th month, the tops of the mountains appeared. At the end of 40 days, Noah opened the hatch of the ark that he had made, and he released a raven. It flew back and forth until the waters dried off from the earth. Then he released a dove to see if the waters had lessened on the earth. But the dove could find no place to perch, and it returned to him in the ark, for there was water over all the earth. Putting out his hand, he caught the dove and drew it back to him inside the ark. He waited yet 7 days more, and again released the dove from the ark. In the evening the dove came back to him, and there in its bill was a plucked off olive leaf. So Noah knew that the waters had diminished on the earth. He waited yet another 7 days, and then released the dove, but this time it did not come back. In the 601st year, in the 1st month, on the 1st day of the month, the water began to dry up on the earth. Noah then removed the covering of the ark, and saw that the surface of the ground had dried. In the 2nd month, on the 27th day of the month, the earth was dry. Then God said to Noah, Go out of the ark together with your wife and your sons wives. Bring out with you every living thing that is with you, all creatures, be they birds or animals or crawling things that crawl on the earth, and let them abound on the earth and be fertile and multiply on it. So Noah came out together with his sons and his wife and his sons' wives, and all the animals and all the birds and all the crawling creatures that crawl on the earth went out of the ark by families. Then Noah built an altar to the Lord, and choosing from every clean animal and every clean bird, he offered burnt offerings on the altar. When the Lord smelled the sweet odor, the Lord said to himself, Never again will I curse the ground because of human beings, since the desires of the human heart are evil from youth. Nor will I ever again strike down every living being as I have done all the days of the earth, seed time and harvest. Cold and heat, summer and winter, and day and night shall not cease. Chapter 9. Covenant with Noah. God blessed Noah and his sons and said to them, Be fertile and multiply and fill the earth. Fear and dread of you shall come upon all the animals of the earth and all the birds of the air, upon all the creatures that move about on the ground, and all the fishes of the sea. Into your power they are delivered. Any living creature that moves about shall be yours to eat. I give them all to you as I did the green plants. Only meat with its lifeblood still in it you shall not eat. Indeed, for your own lifeblood I will demand an accounting. From every animal I will demand it, and from a human being, each one for the blood of another. I will demand an accounting for human life. Anyone who sheds the blood of a human being, by a human being shall that one's blood be shed. For in the image of God have human beings been made. Be fertile then and multiply, abound on earth and subdue it. God said to Noah and to his sons with him, See, I am now establishing my covenant with you and your descendants after you, and with every living creature that was with you, the birds, the tame animals, and all the wild animals that were with you, all that came out of the ark. I will establish my covenant with you, that never again shall all creatures be destroyed by the waters of a flood. There shall not be another flood to devastate the earth. God said, This is the sign of the covenant that I am making between me and you, and every living creature with you for all ages to come. I see my bow in the clouds to serve as a sign of the covenant between me and the earth. When I bring clouds over the earth and the bow appears in the clouds, I will remember my covenant between me and you and every living creature, every mortal being, so that the waters will never again become a flood to destroy every mortal being. When the bow appears in the clouds, I will see it and remember the everlasting covenant between God and every living creature, every mortal being that is on earth. God told Noah, This is the sign of the covenant I have established between me and every mortal being that is on earth. Noah and his sons. The sons of Noah who came out of the ark were Shem, Ham, and Japheth. Ham was the father of Canaan. These three were the sons of Noah, and from them the whole earth was populated. Noah, a man of the soil, was the first to plant a vineyard. He drank some of the wine, became drunk, and lay naked inside his tent. Ham, the father of Canaan, saw his father's nakedness, and he told his two brothers outside. Shem and Japheth, however, took a robe, and holding it on their shoulders, they walked backward and covered their father's nakedness. Since their faces were turned the other way, they did not see their father's nakedness. When Noah woke up from his wine and learned what his youngest had done to him, he said, Cursed be Canaan, the lowest of slaves shall he be to his brothers. He also said, Blessed be the Lord, the God of Shem. Let Canaan be his slave. May God expand Japheth, and may he dwell among the tents of Shem, and let Canaan be his slave. Noah lived 350 years after the flood. The whole lifetime of Noah was 950 years, then he died. Chapter 10, Genesis. Table of the nations. These are the descendants of Noah's sons, Shem, Ham, and Japheth, to whom children were born after the flood. The descendants of Japheth, Gomer, Magog, Madai, Javan, Tubal, Meshach, and Tyrus. The descendants of Gomer, Ashkenaz, Diphath, and Togarmah. The descendants of Javan, Elisha, Tarshish, and the Kittim, and the Rodanim. From these branched out the maritime nations. These are the descendants of Japheth by their lands, each with its own language according to their clans by their nations. The descendants of Ham, Cush, Mizraim, Put, and Canaan. The descendants of Cush, Seba, Havilah, Sabta, Raama, and Sabteka. The descendants of Raama, Sheba, and Dedan. Cush became the father of Nimrod, who was the first to become a mighty warrior on earth. He was a mighty hunter in the eyes of the Lord. Hence the saying, like Nimrod, a mighty hunter in the eyes of the Lord. His kingdom originated in Babylon, Erech, and Akkad, all of them the land of Shinar. From that land he went forth to Assyria, where he built Nineveh, Rehoboth-ir, and Calah, as well as Rezin between Nineveh and Calah, the latter being the principal city. Mitzrayim became the father of the Ludim, the Anamim, the Luhabim, the Naphtuhim, and the Pathrusim, the Kashluhim, and the Kaphtorim, from whom the Philistines came. Canaan became the father of Sidon, his firstborn, and of Heth. Also the Jebusites, the Amorites, the Girgashites, the Hivites, the Arkites, the Sinites, the Ardabites, the Arvadites, the Zemarites, and the Hamathatites. Afterward, the clans of the Canaanites spread out so that the Canaanite borders extended from Sidon all the way to Gerar, near Gaza, and all the way to Sodom, Gomorrah, Admah, and Zeboim, near Lasha. These are the descendants of Ham according to their clans, according to their languages, by their lands, by their nations. To Shem also Japheth's older brother, and the ancestor of all the children of Eber, children were born. The descendants of Shem, Elam, Asher, Arphaxad, Lud, and Aram. The descendants of Aram, Uz, Hul, Gether, and Mash. Arphaxad became the father of Shelah, and Shelah became the father of Eber. To Eber 2 sons were born. The name of the first was Peleg, for in this time the world was divided, and the name of his brother was Joktan. Joktan became the father of Almadad. Sheleph, Hazamaveth, Jerah, Hadoram, Utsal, Dikla, Oval, Abimael, Sheba, Ophir, Havilah, and Jobab. All these were descendants of Joktan. Their settlements extended all the way from Mesha to Sephar, the eastern hill country. These are the descendants of Shem according to their clans, according to their languages, by their lands, by their nations. These are the clans of Noah's sons according to their origins, and by their nations. From these the nations of the earth branched out after the flood. God bless you.